Here's the definition of a quadratic series. Here is our sigma notation. And then we have our explicit formula. And our explicit formula is a quadratic equation. It has that k squared. Then remember, this top number is where you stop. This is not an arithmetic or geometric series. You can do this problem two ways. You can continue substituting in and find all the terms and add them up, or we'll show you a formula. So I'll show you both ways. So here's an example of this series. The series has 8 terms. So we would start by substituting in 1 in for k. Then we would substitute 2 in for k, 3 in, all the way up to 8, and find out what all those terms are, and then add them up. Notice how long this is going to take us. So I'm going to just do a few of them, and you'll probably start to understand. So we'll substitute, to find term 1, substitute 1 in for k, wherever there's a k. And then we do our orders of operations. We're going to do our exponents first. So 1 times 1 is 1. And then reduce that down. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 1 plus 4 is 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. So there's our first term in our series. Then we'll find term 2. So we're going to substitute 2 in for k. Remember, this is our k. So it's 2 times 2 squared plus 2 plus 4. Do our orders of operations again. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 plus 4 gives us a total of 14. And we would continue doing this all the way up to the 8th term. And then we would add them and get our sum. What we can do instead is use this formula. And the only number we have to substitute in is the a, b, c, and n. So here's our a, here's our b, here's our c, and then all of the places for the n. So if you do need to pause, go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and do an example. So here's our example. Find the sum of that series that we did on the first example. And we're not going to go find all the terms. We're going to just use this red formula. We have to identify 4 pieces. The n, which is 8. The a term, which is 2. The b term, which is 1. And the c term, which is the constant. And what we do is we substitute these 4 numbers in to the red formula. So we just say the sum equals a is 2, bracket, and then now we start substituting in 8 in here, here, whoops, and there. So we have 8 plus 1, 2 times 8 plus 1, all over 6. I'm just going to change colors here. Now we're going to do the b. So the b is going in here, plus b. And now 8 again goes in for n, over 2. And then last one, change again, plus c. So c is 4, and then n is 8. Now we have some simplifying to do in this equation. So you want to do your orders of operation. So start with the blue and simplify within those parentheses. So I'm going to leave the 2 alone out in front of that bracket. I'm going to leave the 8, and now in that parentheses, 8 plus 1 is 9. And then in the next parentheses, 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17, all over 6. Now let's go to the red, plus 1. Probably drop that 1, but that's fine. And then in the parentheses, 8 plus 1 is 9, over 2. And then plus 4 times 8 is 32. Now let's clean up that blue part. So 8 times 9 times 17 is 1,224 over 6. And then let's go to the red. 8 times 9 is 72 over 2. I'm just going to drop the 1 now. And then again, the last part is 32. All right, so now in the blue, 12, 24 divided by 6 is 204, times it by 2, and we get 408. 72 divided by 2 is 36, and then plus 32. So when we're done, the sum of these 8 terms that we didn't go out and find, we used the formula instead. 408 plus 36 plus 32 is 476. So to review, here is the original problem. If we were to go and find all 8 terms, we could do that and add them all up. That's one way. But the problem is, what if you have to find 50 terms? The other way is to use this formula and substitute in A, B, C, and N like we did in this example. Identify those 4 numbers and substitute into the red formula in that box. And so the sum of this problem is 476. This is a faster way, especially if you have, more than probably 7 or 8 terms.